So I'm Rodney. A lot of you know me as the guy who don't smile. All these kind of things. But it's kind of a facade, maybe. So, you know, I stopped telling the story quite a ways back. You know, I got sober about 23 years ago. I used to tell this story. And I wish I could sit here and say, you know, everything went honky-dory, and that's the end. I'm the hero, bye. But it didn't work out that way. You know, and it didn't work out that way because of my own self-will. So, you know, like any dope fiend, I did a lot of dope. I screwed my life up. I screwed my kids' life up. I screwed my wife's life up. I screwed up anybody's life. You get around me, you're getting screwed up. You know, I don't say that to be boastful, it's the truth. So anyway, you know, we went from one drug to another, homeless, life destroyed, and things got real ugly. We were homeless again. I just got out of jail on an armed robbery. My crime partner was still in jail. He took the charge. I did a violation. We come out and we're homeless again, you know, and I can't blame this on Audrey, but we were homeless again. So we moved into this house, and it was just a mess. All kinds of drugs going on and this and that. And there's a screened swimming pool. And so all our kids are there. And there's some other kids, and I started cleaning this pool. And I'm not, you know, I'm loaded up on crank, you know. So I'm cleaning this pool and been out there for a few hours, and Audrey comes back, and somebody comes back and says, we need some help out front. So I went out front and did what they want to do, and I come back and there's this toy in the pool, one of these big toys that got a horn on them and all this stuff and bells, and it was in the pool floating. I go, I just don't remember that being there, but I went about my business, you know. A couple hours maybe go by, whatever it was, I can't remember, but it was a little bit, and Audrey goes, Rodney, where's the baby? His name was Rodney Rocky Jr. He was my son. And I go, he was out front playing with his sisters. Tiffany said he peed on her and she put him to bed. So anyway, you know, the helicopters are there and all this commotion's going on. There's these two sheriffs standing out by the pool looking in there. And I walk up and go, what are you guys doing? Shouldn't be out there looking for my son. We are looking for your son, Mr. Barber. I go, if he was in there, he would have floated up. They go, not necessarily. They go, why don't you get in there and see if you can find anything. I don't remember the exact words. But it was kind of cruel and harsh. You're not cops, sir. And so anyway, I jump in this dirty pool. I step around for a few minutes, a few seconds, and I stepped on something. So, you know, it was our son. You know, and so, you know, they pulled him out of the water, and, you know, and I would like to say, you know what, I saw the light. I'm screwed up. Dope is bad. My life's bad. Sorry to say, that didn't change it that much. You know, and life just kind of went on. Same thing, homelessness, not feeding the kids, not doing anything right. So me and Audrey one day, we get this idea, we're going to go to San Jose, we're going to pick up these drugs, right? So we go down there, and on the way back, we get arrested. And there's Tammy, and Tiffany, and Chastity. So we get down there, and on the way back, we get arrested. And we get thrown in jail, so I just parents go pick up the kids. So we get out of jail, we just got out of jail, and all of a sudden the cops are looking for us. And we're trying to avoid the cops. So finally they gavelled up Padre, and they had to go down there, and Tiffany had died of an alcohol overdose. And a lot of people say, well, that's not your fault. Yes, it is. Our lifestyle what brought all this into this. So, this is the first time I said this story in front of my kids and my grandkids. I don't think we've ever talked about this before. So I'm putting a little more emphasis on this tragedy happening in our family. So, she died of an alcohol overdose. We didn't change. Things went on where Tammy was living at one of her friends. Chastity had met Jasmine Vanessa's father. And me and Audrey were still doing the same stuff we've been doing for the last 10, 15 years, whatever it was. Nothing changed. So anyway, can you show that picture? Wow. That was me. That was me 2 months before God. So anyway, it's February 1st. I get my little welfare check. I go cash it. I went out to as many dope as I could. The people that I've been staying with now, I just staying with, didn't want me around anymore. Nobody really wanted me around. No, not really. Nobody did want me around. So I steal Audrey's car, and I go to this girl's house over on 44th Avenue in South Sacramento. And I walked in and I go, listen, I got $7 and some change. Give me as much dope as you can give me because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So, she gets my issue, and I sucked up a syringe pool and slammed it in my arm. Took the rest, filled it up, and put it in the pocket of my Pendleton. Jumped in the car, and going down Stockton Boulevard. Stockton Boulevard, maybe it still is, it was a host road. So I'm driving down there, whatever. And the red light, and I wasn't out there looking for a hoe. I might have been looking at it though. So let's get that straight. So I'd be killed if I said that. No redemption in my life. But anyway, the sheriff pulled me over, and I pull into this Kmart parking lot, and the cop's there, and I get out of the car. Just before I get out of the car, I took the syringe of dope that was in my pocket. I put it in the seat of the car. So he gets out and he checks out who I am, and he goes, you're worthless. And I think he put a little more language in it than that. But, you're worthless. You got no license, you got a warrant, you're under the influence, you got no registration, no insurance. You're such a piece of crap, I'm not going to bother taking you to jail. But I'm going to take this car. So he goes, get stepping. Car's going with me. So I'm walking through this parking lot. I'm looking at this big red K, and something comes to my head. Probably was God. Why don't you go back and get that syringe pool crank out of that car? That's all you got. That sounds like a good idea to me. I could probably pull this off. So anyway, I go back to the car, and the cops go, what do you want? Now there's a couple cops, tow truck driver, a little more audience. And I go, I left something in the car, I need to get it. They go, well, get what you need and get out of here. So I go in, and there's a cop on the left side of this flashlight. There's a cop on the right side of this flashlight. I go through the right side, get that syringe of dope in my pocket without anybody seeing me, which is a miracle. I don't know how I did that. I don't know. I'm really not that slick. And so I'm coming out of the car on the right side, and the cop's standing there with his flashlight, his big shiny boot, and the syringe falls out and lands on the cop's boot and bounces. It wasn't funny then. So the cops called me everything but a hockey player. Said I was the stupidest thing they've ever seen, and they're going to take me to jail. You know, and, that they did. But this is where the miracle started to happen. Amen. So I get up in this jail cell in Sacramento County. You got the 8th floor. 8th floor is where men are first arrested, and they go up there and, you know, kick dope, get scraped, whatever's going on. That's stay up for 3 or 4 days. You know, and I knew this charge wasn't nothing. It was just a misdemeanor dope charge. I'm going to be out on Monday. But I'm looking at this scratched up mirror, you know, and I'm you know, everything that I've been telling you about is coming true. Everything this man's done right there came true. So someone was in the jail cell with me. You know, and I didn't scream out hallelujah. I didn't scream out praise the Lord. But I said, Lord, I need to change my life. Yeah. It needed to be changed. And something happened in that jail cell. Yeah. God changed me. And all I had to do for that change was not do dope. I call it the covenant. When Abraham made a covenant with God, his blessings were thorough. Yeah. You know, he was given all the treasures of the earth for obeying God's will. Yeah. So I get out of jail. I haven't got 2 nickels in my pocket. I can't even get a light rail back to where Audrey was. But I make it out there. I think I just jumped on the light rail and went. And got out there, and all these people line up at the door. You're not coming in here. No way. You know, you're banned. You know, and back then would have been enough for me to go do dope. Just getting out of jail would have been enough for me to do the dope. But this kept in my head, I have to change. You know? So anyway, I sleep in that car overnight. I get up the next morning, I go and ask Audrey, take me to my mom. You know, she threw a hissy fit. And she finally drives me out to my mom's house. So I knock on this door. And my stepdad's there, and he answers the door. And me and my stepdad didn't get along at all. And it wasn't his fault, it was my fault. You know, and so he goes, what do you want, Rod? I go, I need to use the phone. He goes, what for? Oh, I need to find a job or something, you know, which is the stupidest thing I could say. I haven't worked in probably 8 years. So anyway, he goes, okay, well, I got to go to work in about 40 minutes. So you need to use that phone and get on. So I go in there and I'm looking at this phone. There's nobody for me to call. There ain't a dope fiend for me to call. There ain't a friend for me to call. There's nobody for me to call. So he walks in a little bit later and he goes, have you thought about rehab? I go, well, sure. You're going to pay for it? Nope. You got 20 minutes. So, he goes back off into the kitchen. I walk out to the kitchen. I said, you know, Don, I haven't got any place to go. In this picture right here, I've had a heart attack. I got hepatitis C. I'm 160 pounds, wearing 28-inch girls' pants. I thought I was cute. So I'm standing there telling this man I have no place to go, with tears in my eyes. He goes, you know, Rodney, we've tried to help you, the government's tried to help you, this is trying to help you. You don't give a crap. As soon as you brush it off a little bit, you're right back to the same old thing. You know, and I looked at him, I go, you know, Don, you hadn't said this to me if my mother was here. My poor mother walks out of the back room, goes, son, I'm the one who told him to say it. You gotta go. We gotta go to work. So I got back to that phone. And I called another rehab and I go, blah, blah, blah. And they go, well, that'd be $3,000 some, whatever it was. And I go, well, you take the check. And they go, no. So I called another place and it was the same story. They said no. So I finally called this place called New Freedom. It was out in Del Paso Heights. And they said, if you'll show up tomorrow, not loaded, we'll give you a bed. So I'm thinking, cool, everything's gonna lighten up, mom's gonna love me, she's gonna feed me, and give me a cigarette, and we'll be ready to go, you know? So I told my mom this, I don't care, you rah. So they both called in sick, they stood around and talked about me like I wasn't there, and I mean, it was bad. You know, I love my mother dear, but she is no joke. You know, she can be mean. And so anyway, you know, I get through that night. You know, Audrey said she would contact me. She wasn't going to contact me. Nobody was going to contact me. So anyway, this is like 95 or 94. We're in a monsoon, like down there in the valley. And it's just been raining for days and days and days. So I would get up the next morning, and they're getting me to the door, and I go, hey, $1.25 for the bus? And man, my mom flips out on me again, you know, starts calling me all kinds of stuff, and going on, and Don, the one I didn't like, he feels sorry for me, gives me $1.25, a pack of cigarettes, says go, you know, so I went out the door, my mother's still using my name and thing, you know, and so, you know, I get on this bus, and it's called Bus 24, and it started out in the east part of Sacramento, and went all the way out to Del Paso Heights, probably the longest bus route in Sacramento right there. So I get on this bus, and I'm driving along in the bus, and it's taking forever, and so finally we hit the hood, and this guy's on the bus, and so we go by the school, and all these black kids get on the bus, right? And they're clowning me about my shoes, my girl's pants, all the other, you know, functions I had going on at that time. And they weren't letting up. And I was too weak and scared to do anything about it anyway. Go ahead and talk. Well, she was almost like an angel. This little black lady sitting right across from me. She goes, honey, where are you going? I'm going to Astoria. I don't know where Astoria is. She goes, you just relax. When I tell you to pull that bell, you pull that bell. So anyway, we're going along, paper planes, we march, flying back. We're not back, of course, in the bus. And so anyway, she goes, pull that bell, dear, pull that bell. Ding! So I pull that bell, and I walk out, and the sky opens up, and it's blue. There's all these big cotton clouds. And I'm going, wow, what a beautiful day. So I get on the street, and the street is full of a bunch of people who look like him, but they're all happy. So I go down to this house, and the guy I talked to says, what do you want? I go, I want my life back. But I don't ever think I really had a life. I just want a life, you know. So, you know, he tells me, well, you know, you're going to have to do 90 minutes in 90 days. You're going to have to walk in love, and you can't do no dope. I go, I can do that. I can do that. So he calls in the ugliest girl on planet Earth. She is big, and she is redheaded. Nothing bad about redheaded people. And she is jacked up. And she spit when she talks. And so he calls her in, and she just grabs a hold of me. We're going to love you till you love yourself. You know? She dragged me all the way to the beginning of the street where these clouds opened up. I saw all these people, and they took me to this big house. This house has got like 21 or more people in it. They're all just clean, and they're all in charge. You know, and whatever, you know. So someone goes, are you hungry? I go, yeah, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten very much the last 20 years. So, you know, they hand me this plate of burnt spaghetti. And I still remember this plate. It was probably the best meal I've ever had in my life. In fact, I still think I like burnt spaghetti. You know? And I ate this plate of food, and the miracle kept coming. See, that covenant I made back in that jail cell with God, not more than 5 days ago, I was still holding my part. I wasn't going out looking for dope to shoot, someone to steal from, someone to lie to. I'm going to do my 90 minutes in 90 days. You know, so during this period, Audrey's showing up. She's bringing my daughter Tammy out to see us and see me, but Audrey's, when I'm hearing about this on the streets, you know, Audrey's out there. I'm not going to no meetings. I haven't got a problem. It's him, you know. He's the idiot. He can't control nothing. All right. You know. So, I'm staying in this place. I don't care what she thinks, what she's saying. And believe me and Audrey have been together since we were like 14, 15 years ago. We got history. You know, we've been through a lot. And I love Audrey. You know. And, Audrey's starting to come around more. I've been there probably about 6 months. I'm through I'm kind of out of the program part, and I'm kind of running the Phoenix Over living environment. So Audrey's showing up more and more. But she's still out there using. So she comes and spend a few nights, you know, and I was lonely, you know, I mean, you know, guys got to do what a guy's got to do. And, sorry. But anyway, so, I'm sorry. I'm going to be in so much trouble. But anyway, listen, if you want to be with me, you got to go to NA. I can't do drugs. You can't do drugs. This is over in our lives. And let me tell you, life was changing. We broke up not too long after that. She got sober and didn't like me no more. You know, I wonder why. So, you know, I'm mad. You know, I try to do right. You know, going to NA, being cool. And she rap. I'm gonna get loaded. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get loaded. So I'm back in that same car that I got arrested in. And I'm out in Rancho Cordova, and I'm driving around. And I know where Connection's house is. But I say, I'm not going to look like such a dope fiend. I'm not going to walk up there at 2 o'clock in the morning and ask for some dope. I'm going to wait until the sun comes up. Like a respectable dope fiend would. I got this pit bull with me named Matilda. So me and Matilda are driving around this block, right? It's right by a park. And, you know, I'm going to get loaded. You know, sunrise is coming. You know, I'm going to get loaded. And so I decided to get out of the car, and I walk out in this park. This dog gets alert. You know, I don't say God talks to me like, save the Lord. But, you know, things happen. You know, things come across your mind. And, it said, basically, do this, and this is where you'll be living. You know? See, I was getting ready to break that covenant and go right back. You know? So, any way I get into it, went on. I wish I could say that was the end, everything was great from then, but it wasn't. God blessed us with everything. We got a good job, we got a place to live, we had nice cars, Harley Davidson motorcycles, all these great things that were going on in life. Now I know that's material stuff, but for the dude, this dude, buying a brand new Harley was a big thing for me, you know what I mean? So it's, but the blessings are coming, and they're even coming more. I'm at a Chinese restaurant. It's like my 39th birthday. And me and Audrey are having Chinese food. And Hampton walks this man, and he's got this like preteen, early teen girl with him. And they sit behind us, and they're talking. And this father and daughter got this relationship that was just great. You know what I mean? And, I told Audrey, I'll never get that back. I blew that. My daughter was grown. She was 18 years old by now. I think she had a kid. Yes, she had a kid. So, within a couple of months, two lovely little girls came into my life. Jasmine and Vanessa. And they were 3 and 5 years old. And God blessed me again to redeem myself. So this story is about redemption. No matter how much I worked on screwing things up, God will redeem me if I kept that covenant of not getting loaded. See? I wasn't getting loaded. And I think, they may disagree, but I think I turned into super grandpa. You know what I mean? And, I taught him how to drive. I took him here, took him there. Life was grand. They weren't so pleasurable with themselves, but thanks, God's been restoring my life, and it was, like I say, they were 3 and 5 years old. When I started really getting loaded, shooting speed, Tammy was 3, and her sisters were 5. So, maybe something, maybe not. But anyway, so, we lived in Yuba City. We moved up to Clear Lake, California. Things were still going here. We were managing more apartment complexes. We're like the top of our game, making good money, nice new property, and everything's going good, And I started getting a little dissatisfied with life, maybe or maybe not. And I started taking pain pills. Broke that covenant, baby. And so, I just started, I'm going to take help here. This hurts. Kind of hurts when I ride my bike. This and that. Next thing I know, I'm totally strung out on pain pills. And I could say, well, it happened because of this. It happened because of that. It happened because I'm a dope fiend. Anything I put in my body is going to turn that back. All things in my body now is heart medicine and diabetes medicine. But during this time, as I'm taking these pills and broken this covenant and everything's changed and walking out of the will of God, I started doubting God. And I always knew about God. When I was a little kid, I used to preach to people younger than him, when I was younger than him. So God and me have always had this thing. And it got nasty. I'm going to go into a part that it's the hardest part of this story for me because everything was giggles and grins. Well, not really. Things started getting serious again. As I was doubting God and debating God, listen, I got all kinds of God people around me. The best, I hate to see it sounds kind of gay, but my best friend, Chris, he's the pastor at a church, and so I'm around church people all the time. I'm hanging around with Mitch and Heather. I'm involved in this church, but I'm still doubting God more and more and more till it got to a point I didn't believe in God anymore. At this time, I'm taking Xanax, Narcos, anything I could get. I got my brothers that, I think I was a part, a couple of them were in the back of being sober, getting me pills. I filled in every way. I'm loaded again, and so the depression starts coming in because I'm a mess. I don't know what's going on. So about 2 years ago, we got a job, we got a new car, we got the bike, we got money in the bank, all that stuff's cool. Kids all love me and forgiving me. Audrey loves me. I got friends. I go in my room and I take 45 or more Xanaxes. Most of them were number 2s.
Oh my God.
I didn't say a word to Audrey. I walked down the stairs, got in my truck, and drove out there. So Audrey starts calling around. She calls Mitch, and I was the president of a motorcycle club. I was retired at that time, but my guys are all out looking for me. And so there's this kid named Frankie, and I've talked to Frankie about God before. for all this madness that came in my mind. And nobody could find me. Frankie says, he drove out to this part where I was, and Frankie had a hard time telling the truth most of the time. You know, he liked to exacerbate the situation. So he tells everybody, how'd you know he was here? He took me out here and talked to me about God. Well, I didn't. I never took him out. I've never been that far down that, I guess it's Morgan Road out there, whatever it is. I've never been that far down myself, I don't think. You know? So he finds me, my brother Bert back there, calls him, he comes up, they get me, you know, open the door of the truck, my feet are blue, I'm stopping to breathe, I'm nearly at death, you know, and I wake up in the hospital over here under a suicide watch, 5150, crazy person, you know, and all goes back to the same thing. I broke my promise, I broke my covenant I had with God.
Yeah, come on.
And they put me in that wacky ward. I'm like, oh man. I tell you the truth, folks, I thought I was in heaven. I could picture my body, me leaving my body and coming out of the roof of that truck and looking down at that truck. I thought I had died. And this was my sentence to hell, being in this insane asylum, whatever they want to call it. They don't call that no more, but that's exactly what it is. And so anyway, you know, I get out of there, and I'm still not believing in God. Still don't. I'm just bitter. But you know, I've been coming here, and you know, I say by coming here, it changed me every which way, you know what I mean? I came full of the Holy Spirit, started running around saying hallelujah. But that wasn't quite the truth either, but I was going to church. You know, and then God's been coming back in my life, you know, and I look around and I talk about that redemption. God redeemed me again.
Come on.
You know, my children are still sitting back and they love me. My wife's still sitting up there with my grandson and great grandson. You know, I got it. You know, I used to pride myself. You know, I had a little street cousin on the street, being a motorcycle guy. You know what I mean? And you know, I thought that's all I would need. You know what I mean? But you know, when it really came down to it, this life group started, and I had to tell this story again. And God, when I'm telling the story, I'm telling it to Maria back there. I forgot your name, the blonde-haired lady, and one of the guys. But anyway, they're there, and I tell the story the first time for 8 years. But I don't tell it so much as the brag part, like, you know, I got clean and came up, and blah, 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 blah. I told about what really happened. What really happened.
Amen.
You know, and this story is just not for me. There's all kinds of redemption in this room. Back there. Daniel DeVera, redemption back there. Danny's redemption back there. Vic's redemption back there. These are the ones I know post the story. Jimmy Garcia back there has been saved, and he's full of the Holy Spirit, and his life has changed. You know, for a while there I said there was no God. God was true, it was a fairy tale. But it's not. It's not. You know, God's real. Right. You know, and if you do what God wants you to do, and no one's going to do it perfect. I mean, I still got no problem cussing around in a minute. You know? So, you know, sorry. But, you know, I thank God for Frankie that day finding me, because I hated him. I hated him. You know, I was serious. I didn't do this for attention. Yeah. You know, there was no God, there was no reason to live. The world was nothing. You died, you went in the ground, and that's what I thought. But my heart is right. It's not perfect, but it's right. You know, and anybody that wants redemption, they don't have to do it in a jail cell. To make that covenant, you don't have to do it in a jail cell. You don't have to lose a kid. You don't have to try to kill yourself. You don't have to oversell some dope. You just got to make a deal with God and stick to it. You know, folks, I think I've taken most of your time. I thank you for listening to me.
Love you.
Love you guys too. And by the way, I used to couldn't stand to hang around with church people. You folks got on my nerves. You know, I look forward to Sunday to see the people around here. Yeah. I'm not going to walk out of the building with a Bible in my hand saying, praise the Lord. I'm not there yet. You know. But I want to tell you, there is a God here. You know, if anybody wants to, I'm going to have to mention Heather come up here, or Audrey. I'm sorry, your name's but Margie, come up here. If anybody wants to come up here and pray, they can. If they don't, peace. You know, keep focused, do what you can. Thank you, Rodney. Bye.
What an amazing couple these two are. When you start to turn the pages in the book and start to get a little deeper into their story, you start to see just what amazing people they are. Him and Audrey, and man, just the fact you said I don't walk around saying praise the Lord, but let me just tell you this, okay? You lost your only son, then you lose one of your twin daughters, then you nearly lost your wife, nearly lost your family, lost time with your daughter, got it back, got to raise your granddaughters, got to be a father to them. You came through addiction, you came through depression, through suicide. He tried to kill himself. This wasn't a, hey, I want attention. This was, let me take enough pills to stop my heart and literally kill myself. And the fact that all of that has happened and you two are still standing today, that says praise the Lord better than anything. And I'll tell you this now. There's something special on your family, on your children, on your grandchildren. I'm telling you, there's something on this family that God has anointed. The fact that there's been so much controversy on your family is proof of the call of God. The enemy doesn't attack what doesn't threaten him. He only attacks what threatens him. He wants your children, he wants your grandchildren, he wants your great-grandchildren. Your great-grandson right here has a call of God on his life. This is a young preacher. There's no doubt in my mind.
Oh, I know that.
There's no doubt in my mind. I want this kid here so bad. I can taste it. I'm telling you, I want him here, Jasmine. I want him here. Okay? This is an amazing testimony. Thank you so much for sharing your heart with these people. God bless you guys. It's good to see Big Bert back there. Big Bert. I ran into Bert everywhere that night. We were driving around looking for Rodney. I ran into Bert and others. But I'm telling you, we drove around everywhere trying to find this guy. God bless you guys. Father, thank you so much for what you've done here today, Lord, for the testimony, Father, the things that you have brought this family through. What an amazing testament to your love and commitment to them, Lord, what you have brought them through. Father, I pray that this testimony would minister and impact somebody here today, that they have a family member, maybe themselves, Lord, that are struggling, that are in addiction or in depression, Lord, that you would use this testimony as an assurity, Lord, that there is hope after all of this stuff. Not just hope, but all of the things that's happened to them, Lord, that there is a hope after this. Father, I pray that you would let it be a reminder that there is a life after this stuff, Lord, and that you can cause all of those things work out together for the good to those who are called and love God according to your purpose, Father. We give you praise and thanks for it in Jesus' name. Everybody said? Amen.